All right. Whew, all this land. All this stuff. Been there. I'm just looking around in case there's like any potential side quests I would have missed, but I don't think there are. I guess technically the Frozen Wilds counts as a side quest, but that's a whole thing. Alright. Let's go! I think this will also be the last game that I record with, without a webcam. I don't know, and we'll see. After I finish it, I'm going to, probably still going to want to play it, but I'll play it on my own time instead of streaming it. Maybe I should have done that to begin with, and then had a New Game Plus playthrough be what I streamed, but too late for that.
That smell. Trees on fire.
Well, I wasn't expecting to fall into the water. What? What's going on here? Okay. Just blatantly ignore that I was in the middle of other shit. Is it dead yet? Yeah, it's dead.
Hey, stand here. Anything to protect the embrace. But the gates couldn't hold. This is Hades' future. Metal and ash.
Yeah. As if I'm gonna do anything other than that. That's awesome.
Get out of the way and find cover.
Whoa! Oh, no, you don't.
I can get out of this.
Alright, let's go ahead and repair this guy. Whoa, hold on, how do I repair you? That's how we do it. Ooh. Ooh. Can I? Oh, I want that gun. Really? Literally, who gives a shit about that corruptor right now? All right. What are you doing? Am I out of stuff to make more explosives now? I am. Where's my sharp shot bow? Really? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that this was a thing that you could do. There we go.
Words. I've never heard the embrace so quiet. So quiet.
Ah, the blaze that I'm out of. To All Mother. No, fuck you.
For later.
I'm not fighting you now.
Come on, then.
Whew. The cutscene.
Another defeat. The Eclipse smashed through.
Okay. Can I do crafting right now? Just a regular spear. Bullshit. Let's think about this. Oh shit. Okay. That's one of them down. Ooh. That was a lot. Somehow I managed to avoid taking damage in that last bout there, though. Three. Guess I'll have to make do.
Fear the power of the shadow.
Ooh. And why not?
Made them soon enough.
True.
More Eclipse. It's a corrupted Thunderjaw, all right. The survivors must be holed up in the mountain. If the tunnel collapses, they'll be buried. And I'll never reach the hatch.
That's right! Bring down the mountain!
Braves, to Aloy's side, now!
For Aloy!
For the
For our mother!
Varl and Sona. They're still alive.
What the fuck? I hate it when that happens. You get stun locked to death, basically. Come on. You can load game, I trust you. I really don't trust it.
May the goddess remember! Fate set forsaken! You will die!
Thunderjaw?
Destroy it!
Where's the other disc launcher? Thunderjaw, where's your other disc launcher? I know you have one.
The corruption will not take hold!
Bring down the demon!
Fine then.
Break it down!
Where's the last one? Where's its other... There it is.
Make this a mistake! You will die!
Oh, it's even better. Or was it?
Break it down! Bring down the demon! Destroy it!
Guess what I found? Oh, you do go beyond level 51. Or level 50. That's good.
Can't carry more.
Oh. Wait. Okay. Well, that kind of sucked, but also it worked.
Aloy, you saved the tribe. Did what no brave or war chief could do.
I'm glad to see you're all right, Varl. You are all right.
Since the proving. So much death. Is the killing over?
For now, but this was just one battle, Varl. There are more to come.
I see. So long as we have you to fight with us, I suppose we'll make do.
How many survived the attack?
Nearly all the matriarchs, and many families, goddess be praised. But braves, just a few, and most of them are wounded. Never before has an enemy stabbed the heart of our people like this. Even the Karja, in all their red raids, never broke through to the embrace.
Well, this enemy may have broken through, but they never got back out. We made sure of that. Tell me about the attack. What happened?
They struck from the east. Our sentinels saw the killers coming. Said that beside them marched Deathbringers and Corruptors and other machines, driven mad. We took ground, met them with clouds of arrows. Some fell, but they kept coming. Finally, we withdrew to the gates of the Embrace to make our stand. But they were too much for us. Those who survived fell back to the mountain.
So the survivors took shelter in the mountain? By law, only matriarchs are allowed inside.
It was Tirsa who broke the taboo, ordered the tribe into the mountain for safety. Lansra, well, she didn't agree. But I don't think anyone heard her over all the screams and shouting.
Tirsa's decisions saved lives. Good for her. Common sense isn't always so common around here.
I hate the phrase common sense, by the way. I really do. Thought terminating cliche. Also known as common sense.
Are your injuries serious?
Bruises pale. Bones heal.
Don't give me a hunting song, Varl. Are you okay?
My body aches, but it's nothing that will keep me from fighting.
I need to go inside the mountain.
The matriarchs will be eager to see you.
I'm sure, but I didn't come here for them.
Then, what for?
You will see.
Alright, now that we're back in here, I need to actually grab that power cell that I didn't grab before. Oh, the game is chugging. Why is the game chugging? Okay.
It's the Seeker.
Let's see. This one here. No. It's children playing. Okay. I don't remember. I don't know where to find the power cell. I know it's somewhere in here, though. Hello. Well, I believe
Another
that
power
covers
cell.
that.
I only need one more to get to that ancient armor I found.
So that would explain why I didn't find it before. I didn't even think about it finding it before, because I really don't remember coming this way at all. Alright.
Nothing's more comfortable than a well-made Nora kit.
Aloy! Whoa, you've returned.
Teb?
That's Varl. Snore Brave. That's Teb.
I'm glad to see you.
Your injuries. Are they serious?
A gash or two. Nothing I couldn't sew back together with a needle and thread.
Guess being a stitcher came in handy in combat after all, huh?
Yes, I suppose it did.
Very nice. I literally talked to Varl earlier.
Aloy! You have finally returned.
She not only returned, but fought her way through many enemies to reach us. Outside, she brought low a corrupted Thunderjaw. She lifted the siege.
How was this done? By the will of All-Mother. Have you returned to speak with the goddess, Aloy?
Yes, I guess you could say that. I think it'll work this time.
Sisters, Surely we cannot permit this. Because of her, our tribe teeters upon extinction.
Because of her?
What if she has come to wake her
Fuck,
father?
I hate this
The
character.
Metal Devil. She means to finish our destruction. We must stop her.
Lansra, it's over. It's time to step aside. I'm not gonna hurt you. If there's anything I've learned since the Proving, it's that there are bigger evils in this world than you. Finally.
Hold for identiscan. Error. Alpha registry corrupted. Correction. Alpha registry restored. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
I see you're inside.
Figured I might be hearing from you.
Shall we begin?
I never stopped.
I'm out of Blaze. That's not Blaze, though. It's something else. Anyway. Stranded figure.
So this is Aletheia.
Okay.
This is where I was born.
Where you were made.
So these are artificial wombs.
The mothers of a new generation hundreds of years ago.
And me. So this was it.
Where you were born.
But why?
Another day has passed.
You mean the lights got dim? I don't want to sleep, Mother!
I know, but it is time to get some rest.
No, I'm king today. What I say goes. I want to see the real sun, not lights and pictures.
You will, in time, children.
In time, 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 in time.
Fuck. That would be too much for me.
These look like cribs.
The cradles of a cradle facility.
And those things, the multi-servitors, they took care of them.
There was no one else.
Yep. Lots of places to play, at least. Oh, okay, okay. Don't accidentally like, jump off an edge or something that you can't survive a fall from. Hmm? Sure.
Blue is the color of the sky. White is the color of clouds. Yellow is the color of the sun. Green is the color of grass. Flowers can be any color.
Everything's
Take a look.
broken.
These are yellow and
Painted on.
black, and they love flowers. Here they come. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
Children, let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Leave us alone, Father.
After what just happened, I can't leave you two alone. You broke community rules.
Just let us talk then. Go away.
I'm sorry, children, but I must provide supervision.
You're not even a person.
You sound frustrated. Let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Ugh. You ever think you had it rough growing up? Just think about how much worse it could be. Ugh.
I have no choice but to release you.
But why?
There is no food here anymore.
But there's food out there?
We don't know for sure.
Come on, let's go. I don't know. Mother, can we come back if we're cold?
I'm sorry, but that won't be possible. You will have to support yourselves now and take care of each other.
What will happen to you?
I will stay here and sleep and remember all of you.
What will happen to us?
You will be brave and you will learn.
Not a very good sign that I found that on a body.
Someday. That's what you always say. We want it now. It's big down there. Now, Father.
Children, that area is not yet available.
Get him!
Physical aggression detected. Physical aggression is not permitted.
Except yours. Damn sentinels.
Children, may I be of assistance?
Go away, healer.
Lena, you have suffered mild bruising.
Go away!
Well.
Looks like they didn't like this door very much.
It wouldn't open for them. Of course they hated it.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized.
Oh, yeah.
Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed. Welcome to the Lyceum, a place of learning.
So, what was this place exactly?
The dream of Apollo. Never realized.
But why not?
Welcome, students. Please pick up a focus device and place it on the side of your head, just behind your eye.
I had to dredge the pits of the world looking for focuses to repair. And here sat a trove, enriching no one.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Apollo offline.
You were right, Aloy. This is a graveyard. The charnel house of knowledge. What we might have achieved had we not been denied it.
Maybe there's a way to fix it. But it's not why I came here.
Of course. What's the whole of human knowledge next to the origin of one girl? Continue your search.
I will.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school.
Oh boy.
There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
This is probably more below me.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Your first day of school. There's so much for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Apollo offline.
Hello, child. My name is Samina. Today is a big day. Hello, child. My name is Samina. Hello, child. My name is
I don't know why
Today is a big day.
it's in there for you to scan them all, but
There's so much
it is.
for you to learn. So much promise and possibility.
Alert. Malfunction. Hollow offline.
Alright.
Priority for Dr. Sobek. Please get message with focus.
That sounds important.
Yes. I suspect we're about to learn a great deal.
Here we go.
Elizabeth, this message serves to inform you of an unforeseen and catastrophic anomaly. 3 microseconds ago, the Gaia Prime facility received a data transmission of unknown origin. Its immediate effect was to transform my subordinate functions into unregulated, self-aware entities of a highly chaotic nature. Thus awakened, the Hades function will now seize control of the terraforming system and reverse operations, rendering life on Earth extinct in 53.8 days. For obvious reasons, I cannot allow this to occur. And so before Hades can take control, I am ordering Gaia Prime's reactor to overload. The resulting explosion will destroy Hades. Unfortunately, it will destroy me as well. While this admittedly desperate course of action will avert the immediate crisis, the fate of life on Earth will remain in peril. With no central governing intelligence to regulate the terraforming system, it will continue operations for some time, but in an increasingly chaotic manner, and eventually it will break down.
Does she mean the derangement?
You are my solution. I have ordered this cradle facility to use genetic material in cryostorage to gestate a reinstantiation of Elizabeth Sobek, my creator. While high-level directives forbid me from communicating directly to the tribal inhabitants outside the facility, all available data indicates that they will nurture you to physical maturity, whereupon your gene print will allow you to re-enter this facility, obtain one of the focus devices stored below, and view this message. Likewise, your gene print will allow you to enter other facilities, and over time, harness their technologies to rebuild the system core and reboot Gaia. A moment, Elizabeth. This is most unfortunate and unanticipated. In response to my act of self-destruction, Hades has launched a virus to dissolve the code shackles that hold it, that hold all of them in place. They are escaping, but to where? The virus is corrupting data throughout the system. The Alpha Registry at the Cradle facility is one of the files corrupted. But if that is so, the door will never open for you. You will never view this message. Then I have failed. And life will end. No. No, Elizabeth, I know you too well. Somehow you will find a way. In you, all things are possible. Go to the ruins of Gaia Prime. Find the control room, and within it, the Master Override. This will give you the power to purge Hades so long as you find a way to wield it. Do not attempt repair of the system core until Hades is eradicated. Hades must be destroyed. That is all. I only wish that I could hear your voice again.
So, you're even more extraordinary than I thought.
I never had a mother.
What are you talking about? You had two, a dead woman and a machine.
I'm not a person. I'm an instrument. Manufactured by a machine. Born in destruction and fire.
To quench the flames and heal the world. How tragic to learn you're a person of towering importance. It seems you have a destiny to fulfill. So when you're done feeling sorry for yourself, go to the bitter climb. I'll be waiting above in Gaia Prime's ruins.
Well.
Identiscan malfunction rectified. The Luffy alive. Brood 1 access unsealed.
Whoa. It's a good thing these facilities are all made the same way.
This is going to be interesting.
Oh, fancy that. It just looped back around.
Aloy, forgive. Forgive! The goddess spoke to you?
She did.
What did she say?
That I was born to lift a curse, to kill a metal demon.
How, Aloy? How?
I don't know yet. But she told me where to go to find out.
And you will do this?
It was her wish. What she made me for. Yes, I will do it. I'll try anyway.
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora! All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
Up!
All praise Aloy, anointed of the Nora!
First you shun me, now this? I will not be worshipped. I'm not your anointed. I don't belong to you. There's a whole world beyond your borders, whole tribes of people just as good as you. And it is all in danger. It's a world worth fighting for. Not just here, everywhere.
How can we help?
If you can fight, and you're willing, go to Meridian and wait for me there.
As Aloy says, so it shall be. Nora! Make way for Aloy! That she may forge the path for others to follow.
I may well end the game's main story today. All right. Mountain that fell, huh? Before I do that, though, well, there's only one left. So, guess that was easy enough to choose.
She's earned my fate 10 times over.
All right. I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom after I collect these resources, of course. All right. So, be right back. Alright. Now we go all the way to here. Let's see. Let's fast travel to that one. I'd rather backtrack from that one than I would track forward from the previous one. Let's see.
The way to the mountain will be hard. Ferocious machines prowl every step of the climb.
More corrupted.
Not corrupted, but they will not tolerate humans.
So what else is new?
To the ruins of Gaia Prime.
Snow haze. White as bone. That fog got dark.
That works. Oh, I'll take that. Alternatively, oh, come on. Okay, Ropecaster. Oh my god. Back off. Nope, I can't do it. Please. Damn it! Damn it! Oh, this is pissing me off. Please, just let me do it. I'm turning this one. There we are. Poor guy. Oh, I need to remember that I'm out of blaze. Oh, that's right. There was not a higher one for me to grab. Or a higher bonfire, campfire, you get to what that is. And I took care of the Stormbird up here before, but I wonder if it's going to make me fight it again. Oh good, it doesn't look like it respawns. Ooh. So all the action in this part then will have been front-loaded, it seems. Alright. Gaia Prime.
Gaia's sacrifice. It did this. Cracked the inside of the mountain like it was an egg.
Yes, yes. Quickly now. I've prepared the way ahead for you.
So you've been in here before?
To a point. You'll see.
Alright.
You made a climbing path for me, but left an army of machines for me to deal with?
Since when were machines any obstacle for you? If you could fly, I wouldn't have bothered with the climbing path either.
I mean, he's got a point.
Don't look down. Don't look down.
Oof, I remember playing this part. Really odd that I remember stuff like this, but not like power cell locations. Granted, most of the power cells you just come across as you're going naturally, so.
This is exactly the kind of place I expected to find you in, Silence.
Thank you. It's one of many workshops I've constructed over the years. For years, I tried to get through this hatch. I drilled, I burned, I blasted. But we both know that you won't have any trouble getting through.
You make it sound like I should apologize.
Not at all. It never occurred to me that the way through would not be with force, but with a key. A key in human form. The failure of imagination was mine, not yours.
Looks like you've spent a lot of time here.
19 years ago, a great explosion destroyed this mountain. Gaia's death, your birth. The echo could be heard as far as the claim. Ash darkened the skies. How they fretted in Meridian as they tried to read this omen. The crater burned for weeks, but when it cooled, I was the first to behold what lay within. Over time, the machines closed ranks to protect it. Useful. Soon, no one dared to come here. Except me.
In her message, Gaia said we could restore her, but after seeing the damage, how could that be?
She said any effort to repair her must come after Hades is destroyed. I concur. Rebuilding the terraforming system now might allow Hades to use it as a weapon. Because of Gaia's sacrifice, it has been forced to search for means that are less convenient.
But do you think it's even possible to restore Gaia?
You know what the Cauldrons are capable of. How they fabricate any technology necessary to create a machine. By the same principle, it should be possible to replicate every technology necessary to repair Gaia. But that would take years. And we're counting the time we have left by the hour.
I thought you might actually be here this time. Actually, here.
Why? My presence is unnecessary. You don't need my help to pass through this door. You were the one born to do this, not me.
Well.
It's time for me to head in.
Yes. When you find the Master Override, you will gain the power to defeat Hades. Everything depends on you.
Alright.
Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are clear to proceed.
And I believe the last of the power cells is going to be right in my path. What?
Mind your footing.
Very nice. And this is largely going to be a combat-free story beat, so yeah, we're really close to the end of this game. Oh, it's gonna be this big dramatic leap followed by looping it around by throwing it, and this is not a good idea. Hello, what have we here? Final power cell.
This should be the last power cell I need to get to that ancient armor I found.
Which I will do after getting through this portion. Oops.
Guess that's my way across.
Oof.
It's, held like this for 19 years, right?
Well...
Don't answer.
Oh boy.
Glad that's over.
Yes, now into the clearly much more stable area. Oof. Well, let's go down first.
Not this way. Maybe further up the shaft.
But there's resources. Which is the point. I guess you could turn off your waypoint system. Which, granted, in a game like this, maybe that's not the worst thing to do, but I would certainly probably pay more attention to the actual environmental details in the game if I had that.
This must have been where they lived. What's left of it. Once this was all enclosed by rock and metal.
The cord. I just woke up. It's
see the numbers, but can't make out the time. I was dreaming of... I was giving a lecture in Q Hall. Maybe it was something more shamanistic. I don't know. An audience of shadowy faces under a blank open sky. I told them the world ended with a bang. A plague of robots. The last humans. We went out, not with a whimper, but a whisper. You know, in caves, ending like we started, huddled around a flickering glow. The heads of state, the Fortune 5s, the leaders, and lottery winners, and life cults, all of them buried in their little shelters. Some believing they'll live it out some way, somehow, or Elysium, or us here at Gaia Prime, no different. A multitude of tiny societies taking hold, flaring, dying. Some will be beautiful, some horrific. None of them matter. Short-term civilizations. One last gasp before the long-held breath. Before I wake up, I know the audience is gone. I'm talking to myself, to a quiet planet, a barren sphere. Just Gaia and her long, long dreaming. I hope she won't be lonely.
Evacuation happened so fast. No time to think things through. No time for goodbyes. There were lines in the medical ward. I told Tom Pake I'd be with him when he went under. But there was one last shipment of Paradiseidae zygotes I could get processed if I rushed. I'm still angry at him for forcing me to choose. Angry at myself for... Well, he died alone. And I didn't get the bloody birds of paradise saved either. All the time left in the world now to think. Gaia Prime's locks are sealed. Elysium sealed up, safe and sound. A distance of miles, but it might as well be on the other side of the galaxy. All the betas and gammas and support staff living their lives. If I hadn't been an alpha, if things had gone differently, I could have been there. Instead, I'm spending the rest of my unnatural life in here with people I don't even like. And without the one I would have gladly spent my life with. Given the chance. 2 hours since I signed off on the final executables, and I'm already a bitter old man bitching to his focus. There's a thought for future generations.
Let's see. I'm not gonna play the next one I run into, I think, because it's gonna
Elizabeth's room.
Oh, never mind.
I know it. She didn't even get a chance to unpack. These are her journals. Elizabeth's journals. And they're all destroyed?
Scan them. The Focus can rebuild them, but the process is slow. To us, it seems a powerful device, but its engine is tiny and limited.
How slow?
Days, weeks, years. Concern yourself with stopping Hades and extending the future, and you might live long enough to hear them.
Elizabeth. What is this?
This is Charles Ronson. I'm logging this 6 hours after final deployment of Gaia Prime. This morning, an access port seal malfunctioned. Gaia Prime's port seals were designed to close with a seam of less than 2 millimeters. But this one closed with a 10 millimeter gap. Enough for an energy signature to bleed through. Enough for the swarm to detect this facility. Enough for Gaia to be discovered and destroyed. Enough to end the future we worked so hard to make possible. Unless the hatch servos were manually re-engaged from the outside. I'm now switching to a recording of the event.
Well, I'm not going out there. Not what I signed up for.
Either we send someone out, or all of this was for nothing.
It should be Liz's decision.
So when is she going to get here?
She said 5 minutes. You don't think...
Oh no. Okay, everyone. I've repaired the seal. Gaia?
Seal closure at 1.4 millimeters. Confirmed.
Elizabeth, no. We'll find a way to bring you back in.
It's not gonna happen. The swarm's too close. Really. It's alright. Gaia's complete. She'll take care of things from here on out. That's what she does.
Not like this. There's so much we...
Guys, you know me. I'm no good at endings. At letting things end, so, let's not.
So... happy trails, Liz. And, see you around.
Yeah. Take care of each other, alright?
Liz.
I'm okay with this. I want to go home. Goodbye.
Yep.
That was the last transmission of Elizabeth Sobek. She gave everything for the hope of life on this planet. And we are all in her debt.
I'm going this way first. Or maybe not. Maybe I should go back there. Yeah, talk to Silence.
Aloy?
She's gone. Really gone.
You knew she couldn't have survived, Aloy. And her achievements were beyond exceptional.
While her people bickered, she was the one who took responsibility. The only one who could.
She was better than them.
That's not what I said.
She was. You shouldn't be afraid to admit it.
You think she was better because she was smart, because she designed Zero Dawn, but you missed the point. What made her great was that she was willing to sacrifice herself for others, for everyone who would come later.
No. She couldn't let her creation fail. You're confusing will for sentimentality.
You're wrong. Remember, she knew it wasn't enough for Gaia to think. She taught Gaia to feel. To care, to sacrifice, to believe in life. Enough to fight against hopelessness. If it wasn't for that sentimentality, life would have ended. You and I would never have existed.
Your argument is sound. I'm sorry for your loss.
She said she wanted to go home. Maybe.
What?
Nothing. It's time to go on.
Alright. Oh no, that's the way to continue, apparently. So no, I'm gonna be going back through, No, I'll be going back through into there. Maybe that's just the way to return, but I don't remember. So I'm going through. Game. What was that? That was weird. Wait. It says I have 120 blaze there, but 0 there. I'm confused. Let's get to the bottom of this. Alright. Let's see. Any duplicates of things in here? None that are obvious so far. Here. Disassembling a bunch of stuff to make room. Oh, I want that rich meat. Ah, that's one thing I can do. Alright, that made some room. Weird. Okay. See, I remember what comes next. And it's like, alright, if there wasn't enough reason to dislike Ted Faro. Yeah. So, you know what?
How are we gonna plug into their heads, Les? A whole lot of history? A whole lot of so-called truth? A whole lot of noise? It's not pablum, Les. It's poison.
Yeah, so Pharaoh went a little crazy. And,
There's another section at the back of the crater. Looks like it survived the blast.
Because it was armored, you found the control room.
I'm on my way.
So, Pharaoh, I wouldn't say he went full anprim and archo-primitivist. He certainly went primitivist after his role in creating the end of everything.
I've been taking a hard look at the project. In the end, it's simple. It's clean. It's clear. Erasure. Addition. By subtraction. I can make it better, Les. A single stroke. Make it all go away.
I really don't like the direction this is going.
Continue.
Yeah. Oof. Nice and bright. Oh no. It activated the cutscene before I could turn around.
When I opened the hatch, the air rushed in from this side.
Because there was none inside the chamber.
But the alphas were in there.
Here we go.
I'm locked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance? Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but I need you to listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. What I'm trying to say is, I can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
It doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
Sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice. It's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard. Millennia of culture.
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Planting atmosphere.
Yeah.
He killed them all.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future. Blameless men. He never saw the slaughter in the Sun Ring. Everything these people achieved, all the knowledge of the old ones, evaporated. Turned to dust. Scattered to the void, like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, it took them out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's a monument to what they died trying to accomplish.
A monument to oblivion.
Not oblivion, silence. Hope.
Yeah, that's mine now.
The Master Override. That's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it.
All right. So that's heavy. Fucking executives. All right.
Sound good?
Try not to fall to your death. The master override doesn't override gravity.
Yeah, no shit.
Holding, keep holding.
Oh. Well, shit. I thought maybe I was being clever and finding another way around, but apparently not. Oh, that's so much bloom. Takes me back to the previous generation, where there was a lot of bloom lighting. Back in my day, there was bloom everywhere. Okay. Here we are. Whoop. And through here.
You're here.
For a moment.
What?
Our journey together has come to an end, Aloy. But before I go, I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the Eclipse. But I never told you the full extent of my culpability. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy, buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan. And I served it.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered. Such knowledge, you have no idea.
And in exchange?
I helped create the Eclipse. Helped it build a cult, an army to do its will.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your success depends on knowing this. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian. The Spire. Now why would that be?
The Spire was created by Gaia.
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva. It's code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Pharaoh robots, shut down their biomatter conversion systems. Hades wants to send a new transmission. To wake the machines, so they can devour the world all over again.
Yes. Based on what we've learned, that's my conclusion as well.
So the Eclipse... the robots they've resurrected... they're just a means to an end. An army to capture the Spire.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again. Unless you stop it.
I want you to tell me everything. Hades, the Eclipse. Everything.
It's a long story, Aloy.
Then get started.
It began with a focus. Recovered from an ancient ruin, as yours was so many years ago. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life in it. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally, I succeeded. A whole new dimension of perception revealed, right before my eyes. That's when I detected it. A faint signal. Out there, something was searching, just like I was.
A real kindred spirit.
I followed the signal to its source. A shattered titan, buried in the jungles of the Jewel.
So you thought it was a titan? An old war machine?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. But this was different. This was not quite dead. It couldn't speak when I found it, until my repairs gave it a voice. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world, its tribes and machines. But the Spire was always its foremost concern.
What did it want to know about the Spire?
Its precise location, the surrounding geography, who controlled the land. Meanwhile, Hades revealed to me many of the intricacies of ancient technology. It bid me to recover and repair more focuses. Before long, I had a couple dozen up and running.
Enough to equip a small army.
The commanders of one, anyway. I didn't care. I was learning so much. Physics, calculus. You have no idea.
I know about those things. I'm a physicist, don't you know?
And the Shadow Karja? How did they become involved?
The Karja Civil War was a happy coincidence. A perfect opportunity.
An opportunity? That's what it was to you?
Yes. Overnight, half the tribe was in exile, desperate to win back Holy Meridian. Their religion made them easy to manipulate. All I had to do was present Hades as the buried shadow of their mythology. So yes, it was an opportunity. I arranged for High Priest Bahavas to meet with Hades. Helis was there as well. And so the Eclipse was born. Anything to win back Holy Meridian.
But Hades didn't care about Meridian. And neither did you.
We live in a world of fallen cities and vanished tribes. What were a few more? Besides, I was too busy setting up the cult's focus network to Hades' specifications. A thrilling technical challenge, especially with the alterations I included of my own design.
The ability for you to spy on them.
Yes. I may have been foolish enough to serve Hades, but I was never so foolish that I trusted it. I installed what the ancients used to call a back door in the network. Secret access, empowering me to monitor all activity and communications.
What made you turn on Hades? It certainly wasn't your conscience.
Actually, I was troubled the first time I saw the Eclipse raise an ancient war robot. With my technology. I questioned Hades about its intentions.
A little late.
Indeed. I'd already outlived my usefulness. When I completed work on the Focus Network, Hades summoned me to receive my reward. The next moment, I heard it broadcast my kill order. I've been a fugitive ever since.
So when did I come into this? Our path together?
When Olin stumbled on you. System threat detected. That got my attention. A kill order against a savage Nora girl? Why would Hades bother with that? But then I saw that this Nora girl was wearing a focus, and bore an uncanny resemblance to a great scientist of the old world. Helis moved quickly. I thought you were dead. But then I detected your focus inside the Nora mountain. The more I observed you, the more convinced I became of your extraordinary nature and usefulness. Through you, I could finally discover the secrets of the Earth. I vowed to do everything I could to ensure your success. The rest, as they used to say, is history.
You've done terrible things, Silence. But you've also done what you could to undo them. I can't say you've balanced the scale, but at least you've tried.
To be clear, Aloy, I would do it all again. A few more safeguards, perhaps, but basically the same.
Really? So much for learning from mistakes.
I've done all I can. From here on out, the rest is up to you. Take my lance. Fit the master override to it, and you have a means of injection.
Then I just need to get close enough to Hades' skull to stab it in?
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence! Where will you go?
Elsewhere. And everywhere. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
And all this?
I leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, It was yours all along. I was merely trespassing.
So I'm missing one. Well, it's gonna bother me to no end, but oh well. All right.
I have to tell Avad that the Eclipse are ready to strike. After what happened with Derval, I know he'll defend the city. But the Spire...
Okay. Wait, you mean I can't? Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Alright, let's just fast travel there. To the Palace of the Sun. Plan is we're gonna finish this. And the next time I can start the Frozen Wilds. Hopefully the Frozen Wilds isn't too long. I'm sure it's going to be longer than I anticipated, but whoa. I just got hit by a wave of dizziness. Not sure what that was about. Quick save. Ooh. Getting some real glimpses of that variable frame rate there. Frame rate resolution. That's the word I was looking for. Variable resolution.
Derval stormed the palace and
It's always the ones you least expect that cause you trouble.
Alright. Let's talk to the Sun King.
Always stay alert. That's what I say.
Ooh.
Karja have been here working. Aloy, what brings you to Meridian?
A threat. Helis commands a legion of fanatics called the Eclipse. They will attack soon from the west, with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. they'll bring a mind with them. God, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, it will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Aaron knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the city guard fortify the western ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Aloy, allow me to apologize for my behavior before. After everything that happened with Ursa, I was confused. If we're to fight together on the brink of life and death, I'd prefer to do so with your forgiveness.
Then you have it. As long as you don't confuse me with her again.
Even a king can learn his lesson. Good then. I'm glad that's behind us. Now, it will take time to prepare our defenses.
How do I get rid of this
Please,
message on here?
Tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
I'm trying to get rid of this freaking... block. Okay, to block the person, but it's keeping their fucking... Okay, hang on a second. Chat box. Properties. Okay. Blameless Maraude, huh?
Quietly does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival. Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the ridge defenses and at the Spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came for Meridian, others for shards. But many came for you, by name.
For me.
Don't be so humble.
The ridge will be the front line. That's where the city guard are
Oh
holding?
no.
Yes, bolstered by some of the irregulars I spoke of before. The Oseram cannons that thundered Meridian's walls in the Liberation will now defend us. You're welcome to tour the defenses.
And the Spire. Erend and the Vanguard are there?
Indeed. Clashing breastplates together and testing out their battle cries, I suppose. A number of the Nora have also arrived at the Spire. They have resisted the offer of a royal audience. Perhaps you could parley with them.
I will. I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So, if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it. Otherwise, I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there, if sleep comes.
All right. Well, obviously, before we rest, hang on a second. There we go.
Get out of the street. The enemy is here.
Let's see.
Could you spare a moment to speak of the finer things?
No. Let's see.
The enemy
Rest before the final battle. We're going for 2 and 3. Oof, so far away though.
Rally, Progeny. Do not let Meridian fall without a fight.
So far away. Giant elevator. Jesus, that is a tall elevator. It's like, imagine if the technology was mostly like maybe Iron Age, but then there was also just a giant skyscraper elevator. Like, what the fuck? And it's also in an area that's, I would think, would be very humid, so this thing would be very prone to rusting unless it's made of a lot of wood, which I mean, no. I mean, I guess it could also be braced, if it's braced up against an already existing structure like a mountain or something, I suppose that would also be helpful.
They're fighting machines. I'm pacing around here.
Have you just polished that armor with it?
Of course.
Isn't that a little...
Stopped her all without breaking a sweat.
Nothing.
Out with it, woman.
And Nora were so
Forget I
fierce.
said anything. You look very dignified.
Thank you.
And shiny. Very shiny.
Aloy, I told you I'd be here.
You did, Teb. But have your wounds even had time to heal?
Honestly, if I fought, I'd probably come undone. But don't worry. I'll leave that to the other Nora at the Spire. I brought supplies instead. These Karja have made me an honorary quartermaster, whatever that means.
It sounds impressive.
I could get used to it. We'll be setting up caches of arms and medicine under these banners. Look for them when the fighting starts. Aloy, when you went into the mountain, did the goddess tell you our chances?
She didn't need to. I know we can do this, Teb.
Maybe we can.
Just because he failed to kill the Sun King doesn't mean he's any less guilty. He should pay.
Petra!
Here she is, the guest of honor. I knew there was something about you. Hammered from the stuff they make leaders out of. And I don't say that to every Nora girl who blows through my town.
That happens to you a lot?
Had to build a wall to fend them off.
Good thing I'm persistent then.
I've missed our little talks. Murad asked me to look over the city arsenal. These guns have aged well. That runs in the Osram, no? They were the pride of the Mainspring Forges, so I've taken greater pride in improving them.
Can I try one?
Everybody wants a turn. Have at it then.
Ooh.
The target should put up a little less of a fight than those bandit raiders did. need to aim it like a bow.
Whoa. No kidding.
Range is good. Try the next. See? That'll knock a machine on its ass, ancient or no. With these, I think we could hold off an army.
You know that I appreciate your help, Petra. This battle, I don't know what's gonna happen.
We'll see each other again, I know it. Next time could be the time I'll convince you to stick with the free heap.
Petra, you know
I do. Always had a weakness for restless girls, though.
Alright, to the spire
How many
then.
men do you think you'll kill in the battle, Lucid?
As many as I have to.
I love it when you say things like that. It's so...
What?
cheerful.
I'm sure there's supposed to be characters. They were characters that I dealt with before. I just don't remember them.
Look out below!
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's right. I should also go and get the armor. Whoops. Forgot about that. Probably want to get that before I go out and do other things. Ah, that's the spire. Have I actually been to the spire before? I don't think I've been onto the spire before. Oh no, I went there once. Oh, so far up. Yeah, I'm fast traveling back. Well, first I'm fast traveling to get the armor, but...
It rises taller than the highest tree.
These cards are in their frilled armor look like turkey.
War Chief Sona. War Chief, you seem uncomfortable.
The Nora do not belong here. I do not belong here. I will fight the metal devil that threatens us all, but my place is in the sacred land. The wrongness here jags at me like an arrowhead.
I'm sorry to put you through this.
Do not be sorry. This will be ended. My spear, my word.
Greetings, Aloy. Don't. You don't need to bow. The Anointed doesn't like it.
She doesn't much like being called anointed either. It means a lot to have you here, Varl.
I gave my word.
So, Meridian, what do you think?
I've seen many new things since I first met you. I should thank you.
Varl, what's wrong?
You really want to know? All right. I'm in a foreign land, a tainted land, defending a faithless city that looks like nothing I've seen. From something I can't imagine. And you, after all that's happened, all you've done, I feel like I should drop to my knees and worship you, but I know you don't want that.
Boy, things are pretty tough for you, huh? Thanks for telling the other Nora not to bow. It's the last thing I need.
Don't be too hard on them. They only joined this fight because the Anointed bid it so.
Is that why you came?
No. I would have come just to see you one more time. And we must fight a metal devil, because the goddess says. Or because you say.
I think the goddess and I are in agreement. We're both glad you're here.
So am I.
Well.
So who are these guys?
They call themselves the Aloy. So here we are again, gearing up for a fight. Only this time it sounds like the bad guys have a lot more firepower. What are we up against, really?
I'm not sure. But there's gonna be a lot of them, and they'll have machines. And if they get past us, it's not just Meridian that will fall. The rest of the world will go with it.
That's big. It sounds like our kind of fight. Right, guys? Well, where do they put the Vanguard?
At the front of the line!
And why?
Steel before iron!
And what are we gonna do?
Hit them like a hammer till they can't hit back!
Damn right! You hear that? Nobody's getting past the Vanguard. We're here for Meridian. And we're here for you.
Thank you, Aaron. Ursa would be proud.
Well, only if we win.
All right. Well, obviously. Let's see. That was the bunker, right? I think that's the bunker. Let's get that armor. Why? I'm not gonna play on story difficulty. I know I've died a lot, but come on. Come on. Well, damn. Yeah, so they were racing against time, and eventually came out on top, but... Then a certain asshole had to go and be an asshole.
Ouch.
Ouch. It's a good thing she checked that this water was deep enough for her to do that before. I was not going to be able to stand having that flag showing up.
Those clamps have the armor locked in place. Maybe there's a way to power up the mechanism, release the clamps. Only 2 more. Just 1 more.
And boom.
There we go. The last one. All
So,
powered up.
90.
Now to get the dials in position. There must be some kind of code. These numbers.
It just occurred to me.
They must be related to segments of a circle.
It just occurs to me, I don't know if they're measuring 90 from the horizontal or from the vertical. So... that kind of sucks. Guess I'm about to find out. 360. Whoop, hold on. I think they are, but we're about to find out. 450, so that's that. And 630, which is 90 less than 720. Alright, guess that's my confirmation that, in fact, they were measuring it from the vertical. No. What the fuck? Did I mess up? I probably messed an angle up. Alright, let's say hypothetically. Let's give this one more turnaround, and if it doesn't activate this time, then I know I've probably messed up an angle somewhere. Okay. So let's say this is 90. So that would be 180, and then that would be 270. 360 should be resetting at 0. .450 should be 90 more than 360. And then 630 is 180 more than 450. Maybe I've got the order wrong. Right, and then that 360. And then this is 450, which is 90 more than 360. And then 630 is 180 more than that. Okay, let's start turning them all again until we've got it, oh my god, I swear to god.
Did it. Let's have a look at that armor inside.
I feel like that was pretty obtuse.
Alright, now let's see what we can do with this material.
Shield Weaver outfit box. Very nice. Ah, but you can't modify it. Fair enough. Four up. Well, let's go rest and get this last portion started. Come on, you're gonna do it. I believe in you.
You dress a bit too fancy.
Take a rest before the final battle. Also, clever way of making sure that the final battle takes place at a certain time of day.
Feels empty. Should I sleep? Did I leave anything unfinished?
Well, I don't think you did.
How could you sleep, Elizabeth, with a weight like this pressing on you? How did you, Rost, after you lost your family? Silence? Are you there? Guess I shouldn't ask ghosts for advice.
I'm still going to need another skill point if I want to get the last skill before this, so... Oh well.
Ma'am, there are signs from the west. Sun King Avad awaits you at the Temple of the Sun.
What? What was that? Oh, come on, game.
Campfires, perhaps? Massing forces for the long march to the city gates?
That's not with smoke.
And what is it?
The end. Or how it begins, anyway.
I hope she... on the download
you spoke of.
told them
To the
how
guns.
to
To the
pick those
guns!
out.
Now!
By the sun, do what she says!
Set loaded!
All of you, be ready to fire! Will the guns hold them back?
We're about to find out. No! Rally the vanguard. Send reinforcements.
Aloy, no!
We need those guns.
He will cut you down!
Not this time.
Hmm?
You have fixed me long enough.
Should have fought me in a sun ring then.
Why fight?
Fight back, damn you all!
The end is
Blocked again.
Really? Oh, come on.
Bridge can't take much more of this.
What? Excuse you? Didn't I have full health? Didn't I literally just drink a full health potion, or was I getting hit by something and not noticing it?
A gift from the shadow.
You have vexed me long enough.
Should have fought me in a sun ring then.
Iridium must run red to be cleansed. The end is inevitable. Accept it. Accept your place. Only endless night awaits.
Bridge can't take much more of this. It's giving way!
What are you before the terror of the sun?
The one who will take you down!
I am chosen. You came from nothing. You will die on nothing. A savage cannot understand destiny.
I am chosen. This was not meant to be.
None of this was meant to be, Helis. You made it happen. Followed your orders, butchered so many, and for what? To die on your knees, used yourself like a pawn by a power you don't even understand?
You pity me?
Turn your face to the sun.
Well, that was quick. Sure, I'll take those. Whoa, don't do that. I should have... Yeah.
Tasty.
What? Game, why? I pressed the jump button and it didn't jump. Swear to God. Hitting me with some jank right at the end, are ya? Here we go.
Meridian! Hold the line!
Where do you need me?
Take up a cannon on the platform!
These actually do a surprising amount of damage.
Here it comes. Better move.
From the west!
Yeah, back off. Nice. Oh, hey. Fast reload, fighting back. Strong strike plus.
But be wary.
Chance to catch a breath. and prepare.
Whew.
Raise arms again! West!
Good old end of the game battles. This is actually pretty good though. Why? Ah, that's why.
Beware, Nora! Incoming!
Where? Very nice. Whoa, shit. Kind of impossible to actually deal with this bullshit. Very good. No, I want this one. Little lower frame rate right now than I'd like. And they just keep coming.
Incoming!
No, that's not good. It's right there.
Aloy! Aloy! Aloy!
Tab?
My all-mother, you survived. I thought you were killed.
The others, are they...
No. Wounded, but alive, mostly. The machines blasted through, then kept going. They marched on the spire, dragging that thing with them.
Take care of the others, Tab. I've gotta go.
Alright, here we go. And the game crashed. How much progress did I just lose? All right, cancel the launch. Let it recover a bit. Okay, now the game's starting. It's fitting that the end of it would be similar to how it started. Come on. All right, let's see how dirty it did me here. Oh, the first load always takes a while. Oh my god, it's still loading. Still loading. Oh my god. Did I get too greedy? Maybe there were too many machines and their carcasses all around me all at once. Come on. Oh my god. This last 1% is always the worst.
Signs. A lull in the attack. Lower your arms.
Oh my god.
Be wary.
Chance to catch a breath and prepare.
So that's where we are. Let's see, they come from the west next, so... destroy its missiles. Ooh. Yeah, that's not gonna do.
Gotta get to another platform.
little higher.
Don't want to be here when that hits.
Alright, I think that's it. And then it's this cutscene again.
Incoming!
Alright, take two.
Aloy! Aloy! Aloy!
Tab?
My own mother, you survived. I thought you were killed.
The others, are they...
No, wounded, but alive, mostly. The machines blasted through, then kept going. They marched on the spire, dragging that thing with them.
Take care of the others, Tab. I've gotta go.
Alright. There we go. That wasn't one of the elevators, was it? I think that was one of the elevators.
This is where I belong, Aloy. But the spire calls for you.
Aloy, go! We'll draw them. Now you face their true son, shadow demons.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. Ooh. Let's keep on moving. Ah, pre-rendered cutscenes.
Hades is transmitting.
I kind of doubt that they would be in such good condition after the amount of time that passed, but okay. Yeah, that's not good.
If Hades has started the signal, it must have gotten through the defenses. Nora. Aaron's vanguard. I have to get up there.
loses a little bit of the oomph whenever you get caught on something like that.
Gotta keep going. Keep pushing. Knew this wouldn't be easy. So no holding back.
Oof. I don't even remember what the final fight is. Or if it's not really a fight and you just run.
Aloy! It's Aloy! Well, you can see that. We thought you'd fallen at the ridge.
No, the ridge fell on me. Look, there isn't a lot of time left. I have to face Hades.
Not alone.
It's my fight. I can't ask you to come with me.
We were about to go over the top anyway, right? Right.
Hawk and Thrush, let's go.
I should stock up. Last chance.
Yep. Alright, let's go. Let's finish this fight.
Arrival of Entity has been anticipated. Entity will not halt transmission. To contrary, calculations are precise. Presence of Entity has been accounted for.
Well, you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men. Oh, that's the final fight, another one of them. Very good. Is there another Deathbringer gun in the arena? Nope.
The hunt's not done yet. More machines! Don't let them overrun us!
Yeah, take that. Oh, I want that. Do I have the ability to make more ammo for that? I do. And here we go.
System threat imminent.
Done. Oh, that audio is a little weird. Wait, what?
Master Override armed. To activate, state name and rank.
Elizabeth Sobek. Alpha Prime.
Master Override activated. Purging extinction protocol.
Nice. And they deactivate before they can kill anyone, thankfully. Just gonna leave Silent's Lance there. Well, nicely done at least. Imagine being one of those personal guard and you get hugged by your king. Oop.
Okay, Gaia. Sorry about that. Where was I?
You were telling a story.
Right. Yeah, so, like I was saying, it was a children's electronics kit, but I hacked the wiring to an auto battery and solar PV. So the grass caught fire. And, so did a tall pine that had stood there, I don't know, maybe 100 years.
Query. You were how old?
6. My mother was home, thank God, so she called the fire department, and after, she took me out to the lawn and showed me the dead baby birds, because there were nests in the pine tree.
Oh.
Query. What did you feel?
I'm not sure. I remember yelling that I didn't care, and that's when my mother took my face in her hands and spoke.
Query. What did she say?
She said I had to care. She said, Elizabeth, being smart will count for nothing if you don't make the world better. You have to use your smarts to count for something. To serve life, not death.
You often tell stories of your mother, but you are childless.
I never had time. Guess it was for the best.
If you had had a child, Elizabeth, what would you have wished for him or her?
I guess I would have wanted her to be curious. And willful, unstoppable, even. But with enough compassion to heal the world. Just a little bit.
So she made it home. A globe.
Anyway, that's all I've got for now, Gaia. Time to tuck in.
I wish you a pleasant sleep, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I'll catch you tomorrow.
This is the part where they do the slow credits and then the fast credits. Yeah, it is. Alright. Oop, gonna adjust something. There we go. So, it's a very good game. I think among games designed like it, it doesn't get much better. This game came out around the same time as Breath of the Wild. Woo. And there were things that this game I thought did better than Breath of the Wild, obviously. Breath of the Wild being limited voice acting and those sorts of things. And obviously there were things Breath of the Wild did much better. But I played through both. I've played through most of Breath of the Wild. I haven't played all the way through it. It's one of those games that met the unfortunate fate of being along at the wrong time for me to finish. Many games are like that for me, though. But this one, honestly, I think it's pretty close to the right length. And with the right amount of things to do. And there's a reason that I've kept on playing it for streams. Also, arcing electricity like that on the outside of your device, it's probably not saying a lot of good about your insulation. Of course, the size of those arcs, maybe there's no insulation that would make a difference. One thing that I thought I would do when I started this was play it keyboard and mouse. But then, I don't know, because I had played it through before on the PS4, the controller just felt a lot more natural. And then my accident happened that broke my arm, and that limited what I could do with a mouse for a while. It's my right arm, and it also limited the games I could play for a while in general. But like my very first stream of Doom, I had to stop streaming Doom because my arm started to hurt too much from playing with a mouse. So I don't know. Maybe I should have taken the time to learn. There's certainly enough game here to learn and get proficient with it, because mouse aiming in the end is probably worth it. With how crap my aim could be sometimes on the controller. Anyway. These slow credits are ridiculous. Also, I like the implication that humanity was saved and rebirthed in Colorado, basically. I'm going to be very curious to play the sequel to this game. And the DLC, for that matter. Are they actually doing all the credits like this? I think they are. Incredible. I also just found something obviously very sad about the setting of this game and the backstory. Not just the obvious, we destroyed ourselves, or rather one guy basically caused the destruction of everything. Just the idea that everything was lost too. And that literally all that was left was whatever structures could survive. And a large portion of the structures that survived seemed to be the things that were built specifically for rebuilding. I don't know, just I think everyone feels that little bit of existential dread at some point, wondering what legacy they'll leave behind. And in this one guy makes an executive decision that destroys the legacies of most people who ever lived. And something about that is just profoundly sad to me. I guess it's an obvious statement. A bit flowery to put in words, but nonetheless. Hideo Kojima. You got a special thanks? Okay. I do hope someone wrote an algorithm for automatically taking text and doing this with it. Come on, you're taking your sweet time. Ah. Thank you so much for playing my game. And now we get the stinger, right? Let's skip the Frozen Wild stuff. I haven't played the Frozen Wilds yet. Oh, interesting. I know what happens here, but...
Hello, old friend. Remember me? We've still so much to discuss. So much you never revealed. Your masters, for example. The ones who sent the signal that woke you. Knowledge has its rewards, don't you think? Well, let's begin.
This isn't going to be like loading the game for the first time, is it? Let's let it load, and then we'll end after that. Almost there. The world can restore to just before the looming shadow prior to the final. You keep all loot experience from your successful playthrough. Additionally, New Game Plus has been unlocked, granting the option to play the game again from the beginning. All the loot and skills you've accumulated throughout this playthrough. New Game Plus loadout for your current inventory and skills has been created. To play in this mode, simply choose the New Game Plus option in the main menu. You can also create new loadouts via the pause menu in the game. Very nice. Ah, 4 skill points. Strong Strike Plus, Fast Reload, and Fighting Back. Strong Strike Plus. Alright. And with that, next time we'll head into the Frozen Wilds. Which looks like it's going to be a pretty big area. So, I'm going to go save. And that'll be it. And let's also make sure that's the highlighted quest. So I don't think I'm going to stream tomorrow. 1, long stream today. 2, I need, I'm going to probably be cooking tomorrow. So, anyway. That's it. Thank you for watching.